the other day we were at a restaurant and someone was like, "Hey, you want some leftover beef trimmings?" And we got some in the back. And of course, my mother-in-law was like, "Of course, let's take it." And so now we have some really awesome looking beef, actually. But it's all full of connective tissue. It's all full of fat and stuff. And so, what are you gonna do with it? And also, my mother-in-law lives alone, so she can't eat all of this at once. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna prep this in two different ways. One is chop it up into slices for stir fry that we can marinate and portion up for and portion it up so that whenever on a weekday she just wants to have some quick stir fry, she defrosts it real quick and toss it in. Um, Whether she wants to par cook it first or not, that's a different story. And then any pieces that we can't really slice up into nice stir fry, we'll chop up for some stew instead. So what what are we doing here? All right. So she doesn't have a really big cutting board, so we're gonna see what we can do here. We're gonna just like slices generally is like this big anyway, so we're gonna and it's still kind of frozen. This edge piece we're gonna save for stew. This is a pretty solid cut of meat. So yeah, so again, essentially like especially with the stir fry, right? You want relatively relatively consistent pieces. And so what we're going to do, since the grain of the meat is this way, we're going to cut across this way. So because the meat's still a little frozen, it slices up pretty nicely. Do we get silver skin? Do we get rid of the other stuff? Like, no, that'd be a waste if we threw that away. Gonna put the slices here. And again, toward the end, when you get like these regular hunks, we'll just save this for stew. And we will keep going. Which piece did I have before? Well, this one looks pretty solid. So how do I want to do this? How do we want to do this? We're essentially just saving all the nice cross sections for stir fry and all the rest for the stew. And like so, even if there are hunks with fat like this, like that's actually pretty awesome for stir fry. It might be a little bit chewy, but this is in a restaurant. We don't really care. But it actually gives some nice flavor into your stir fry. Do you want to trim the fat? It's up to you. Let's actually cut this off. This piece is still kind of frozen, so it might actually makes it a little bit easier to manage. Yeah, that frozen piece was much easier to manage. This piece just has so much connective tissue. We're going to save this one for stew. This one. Same with this one. That's a little leaner. We go through and find these nice choice cuts. How much do we want to save for stew meat? That's the question. This is actually really great for stew meat too. Let's try to find some more lean cuts like this one. Lean, quote unquote leaner cuts. Let's see here. All right. I think that's good. So this is going to be stew. This stir fry. So yeah, because this is kind of tougher, right? Marinating it for a little bit longer actually will help it make it more tender. So with this, we just go with the typical cornstarch, sesame oil. And because we're not in my household, some rice wine. My mom growing up was always like, yeah, like the rice wine is good because if the meat's like a little bit bad, then it's still good. It's still good. So that's the kind of household that I grew up in. And sugar. Let's mix it all up. And there you go. And so what we'll likely do is we'll portion it up into like again, it's just for mom. So it's just one piece here, 2, 3, 4. There's handfuls, right? So 1, 2. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4 portions of beef and peppers, beef and onions, what have you, whatever she's in the mood for. All right. So this guy, beef stew, really, what we're gonna do here is, with all the rest of these cuts, we're gonna cut into chunks, and then we're gonna par cook it so that she doesn't have to go about in the process of searing it and everything. Essentially, on a weekday, she just fires up some chicken broth, tosses this in, tosses in whatever veggies that she happens to have on file, and then there you go. She has a quick 30-minute meal. So because yeah, this is definitely something that you want to cook over a period of time. If she wants, we can cook it. We can cook it. We can cook it all in one stew right now, and then let it sit and freeze the individual stews. That's if she's cool with having the same stew across. You could do like big pieces. I just like to do small bite-sized pieces so that yeah, they cook faster. And we'll make some Russian stew later on today. This lets us use every part of the meat, That's how it goes. You can see this is quite moist from all the water when it was frozen. So we'll be doing some stuff with it later. I'll toss that in the stir fry bin. This is a good amount of meat, so it's also this is nice and lean. Let's cut this for the stir fry, stir fry bin. We just got all these random chunks. Going great for stews. Oof. That is a lot of meat. How many? 1, 2, 3. At least that's at least 5 meals right there. So chances are the mother-in-law is gonna want to just cook one massive stew, and then freeze individual portions that she'll just microwave at work or something like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna brown the entire thing. Yeah, we'll brown the entire thing. I think we salvaged what we could in terms of stir fry meat. So notice, I'll get back to that. I'll get to that later. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna brown this entire thing in meat. We're gonna do this in this pan because this is the biggest pan that we got. And actually, which pan is bigger? She has other pans. She has this pan, which is that more surface area? No, it's not really much more surface area. Let's just stick to the deep pan. All right. Put this away. Gonna leave this hand dirty and gross. That's fine. All right. This, yeah, definitely what you can just do is put these in Ziploc bags right now. Let's, I don't know. I don't know whether she has like, those leftover takeout soup containers or what, but we'll let her make the decision on that. So for this, what we gotta do is number one, actually there's a lot of moisture in here, so it's actually gonna keep it from browning. So what we're gonna do is gonna grab this. Just kind of absorb as much moisture as we can in here. Almost forgot. Keep one clean hand, dirty hand, clean hand. That's taking out most of the moisture. So we're good. Then we're going to season. Yeah, actually, no, we need the stir fry needed some sesame oil. That's something that we forgot. There we go. For this, salt and pepper. That's all that goes into that one. So let's get some salt. Let's get some pepper. Let's get another. Oh, this is a brand new one. That's this thing is so pretty confident this is our container, not their mother-in-law's. I think she took that from our place way back when. There's plenty of meat in here, so I'll just, that's probably more than enough. How do you do this? Well, that's always the fun thing of working in someone else's kitchen, right? Just all right. Oh, crush the salt. This. All right. What do we need to brown this thing and this thing? There you go. What we're gonna do, we're gonna get another container for the completed version of this, which will be, we'll just do it in this pot. We're gonna do something that's very, very Asian. We're not gonna brown it in here because this vent does not go out. We're in an apartment in the U.S. When do those generally ever go vent out? So what we're gonna do is gonna do the next best thing. We're gonna brown it outside. All right. Hey. Hey. Why do Asians squat so much? Because maybe they're cooking inside all the time. Let's retest this. Let's see what's the best way to do this. Got a butane burner. This canister is quite near empty. We're gonna use this up. And there we go. See how I can adjust this thing. Key thing here, right? Oh. Let's see what we can do to have this as an appropriate angle. Key thing to browning the meat. Don't overcrowd the meat. Easy. No. So what we're gonna do with this, right? Let's put this out here because we have some sneaky sneaks. So, at like a big restaurant, you have hey! Oh, guys, hey! And hey! Leave it. Come on. Nope. Leave it. And if you can't have it, nobody can have it. That's a good show. Yeah. Now nobody's happy. Nobody's happy. Ah, while we're at it, what we need to do whenever we're browning a crap ton of meat like this in the same pot over and over again is you gotta deglaze. You don't have to cook it all the way. The whole entire point is just brown the meat. Okay. And because the butane gas is pretty low on gas, we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it. Actually, it might actually just be easier for us to grab some tongs. There we go. Everything's sort of tilted that way, so all the oil's tilting that way. So when we want to really brown something, we'll kind of bring things to the edge here. Or just grabbing the things that are getting like, you know, pretty brown. Oh, do that. There we go. Kind of sense that the intensity of the heat's already going down with the With non-stick, I just realized you don't really have to deglaze because like stuff isn't sticking to the bottom and getting burnt. Every single time you add in a new batch of meat, it's kind of adding to that anyway. This one's extra fatty, so let's make sure it gets rendered right and good. Yeah, that flame's going down, but we're gonna keep using this flame until it goes out. So we get our money's worth out of this can. Yeah, this way, by making sure that there's enough space in between the meat, we're ensuring that there's browning. That's when they call it when you're like overcrowding it. It's really going down. Again, you don't have to cook it to doneness, just cook it until it's brown. How brown do you want it? That's up to you. Or how patient you are, or how hot your flame is dying. And of course, you don't have to be doing this on the freaking ground. You can do it at a tabletop like any other regular person. Oh yeah, that flame is dying. This flame is dying. this is also what is it? This is not a full can either. So I don't know what's going on. See, this is what you don't see on things like Korean vegan. There we go. That's a big flame now. So. Do you know what you also don't see on the Korean vegan? Meat. So yeah, notice all that steam that's coming out? That means there's still way too much water in the silicone. And the dogs are like, where's the garbage can? Where's the garbage can? Right over there. So yeah, if this was a stainless steel pan, I would have been kind of deglazing this on a regular basis and cleaning it out of oil, but because it's non-stick, it's all right. Not a big deal. And also, I think we got some of the frozen pieces of meat in there, so that's why when kind of the icy parts of the meat get hot and kind of burst. That's what's happening there. Also, like, you know, when the moisture content in the fat is being retained in by the fat. How many more batches we got? In the end, I just don't like this pan. Also, when you let too much oil comes out, you know, the temperature can't get that high. They get that Maillard reaction. And that's another thing that's happening over here. But it's okay. It'll still turn out delicious. 2 more of these half patches things to go. Honestly, this would be easier with a wooden spoon, but you know, lessons learned. But I mean, not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be doing this anytime soon again. Knock on wood. Guys, to be honest, I'm actually pretty impressed by the YouTube streaming app, as in, it tends to not use too much battery. That's one thing. And it is not seriously bogging down on memory resources with another thing. So I don't know if it's has particular access to hardware acceleration on this guy that other apps like Twitch do not. Whereas Twitch is probably 100% dependent on software-based encoding. Stuff to noodle about, but not gonna lie, gonna be sticking with YouTube for a while because it definitely seems to be the cleaner streamer experience when using a phone straight up. So that's a quick review of this app. I'm browning the stew meat. I'm also recording this. But
How big is the meat?
huh?
How is the meat?
那个肉还好啊。我把那个比较瘦的 瘦的肉，切细了可以当那个炒肉。这个都这样起来了。All right. This is good to go. So since we browned so much meat in this pan, it'd be a pity that we just kind of throw all this oil away. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna make the stew in this pot. Initially, I was thinking about doing it in this pan, but this pan has no flavor going on right now. There's just the meat going on. So hold on 1 second, and then we'll move on to the next phase of making the stew. Hey 妈，那个菜我都会切，OK？ Yeah, like 我那个汤开始煮了。OK， 好，没关系。All right. Ugh. Let's get this back. So all of that is flavor. So let's prep some veggies to go into this. We have plenty of battery left. We're good to go. 我自己把这个洗，把那个一个 Get a potato and a carrot and the broccoli and the onion.
I want to say one, I don't want to make cheese. I want to make
Is Weiqi one of those games that like you don't enjoy playing but you're extremely good at it?
I don't know.
Like regular chess?
I don't think so.
Mm,
I don't even think I'm good at regular chess.
I don't know. Alright.
哦，围棋，美国的西方人玩围棋吗？没有啦，是他那个时代。
Gonna just reuse this pan.
那个我们那个活动，新活动像围棋一样。
Alright.
我从前会玩那个象棋，like 不是美国的 like 象棋，是中文的象棋啊。可是我现在不会玩，我忘了。Did you ever know?
Yes.
Do you still know?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
而且我们从前真的玩，又不是玩象棋，我们喜欢玩的是那个什么。你记得我们曾经都会把那个堆在一起。
In a half, yeah, and then you flip it over.
No,
No, that not even that one.
Well, sort of, but you take the pot and you would 丢，你会把它丢散，like 打散，但你要把那个抽出来，可是不能碰，你记得吗？对不对？我从小都是这样，不是真的玩的。可是就这样炒一炒很好吃。
已经吃了。
我吃了2块。
啊。
你要试试看这种。好。刚煎起来很好吃。
这是腌的。
那怎么你要炒菜的？
对，你如果你先要炒的话，再分起来。
好啊，先把它炒起来分起来。
还是先分起来再炒。因为已经腌了，所以 you can just freeze it. All right. So in the stew. All right.
你们要在这里炒吗？
不会。
然后把它放起来就让你起来。
嗯。What we got? We're gonna make a Russian stew. Russian stew. I don't know why it's called Russian stew. Just Chinese people call it Russian stew. And so we're gonna make it with some tomatoes, some potatoes, some onions. Broccoli is our secret ingredient. The not so secret ingredient is cream of tomato soup. All right. I don't think she does any composting, so we're gonna just. To be honest, the broccoli. Break it up like this. Like again, it's a stew. The broccoli's gonna just break apart. It actually thickens up the soup and provides a really awesome flavor. And this guy. You don't like these things. You don't like it. Really? Yeah, you don't like it. Okay? Yeah, you don't even know what to do with it. Oh, okay, you ate it. We ate out of spite. All right. All right. Oh my God, what is this? What is this peeler? Oh God, she needs a new peeler. We're gonna buy her a new peeler. It's like, you can hurt yourself using this peeler. Yeah, again, she doesn't compost, so we're just gonna toss trimmings in this plastic bag. That's okay. Okay. Oh God. Hey Mom, we're buying you a new peeler. And this peeler is Do you need to do it clean? No, it's a stew. Again, you know, it's gonna be fine. Oh God. There's no digger outer thingy here. Why do you cut your regular shapes? You want your regular shapes because you want all these jaggies to dissolve into the soup, thicken the soup. I think there's some sort of French term for it, but I don't know what it is. Hey, is there a carrot in the fridge? Carrot in the fridge? She's strangely uniformly with carrot here. While we're doing that, let's learn our lesson here and turn on the heat in this electric stove. right. And here we have all the stuff for the stew. All right. One second, we got this. We got this heating up. Yeah. All right. All right, things are bubbling up in here again, so we can add some. Obviously, if we took some additional pans out, we could have made a better mise en place. But this way, I only have one thing to wash. And you know what? If you don't get all the onions in there, that's fine. Oh my God. I hate this stove so much. Alright, seriously, this pan isn't going to work on this flat stove. What are you gonna do? This pot is nice and thick, so it's better. So, what we're gonna do, alright, we're getting out another pot. And pan. All right, we're gonna see if this is better. Yeah, see, notice no wobblies? This is wobbling. So much better, oh my god, okay. I actually like browning the onions more first too. Get some sugars out. Let's do it. So much better, oh my god. This is my new favorite pan that my mom has. Grab our glazing water here. I'll leave this pan, this thing is still hot, so. So seriously, so see this nice fond developing. That's even more flavor, more deliciousness. So essentially, the mother-in-law says her game plan is make the stew, have the meat, have the veggies. As she goes, she'll just keep adding water. She'll just keep adding the veggies as she goes. Ultimately, the meat will run out, and then there you go. All right. Next come the potatoes. Yes, I know. If I had a meat implant, then it'd be okay. But I was too lazy. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, you can do it. It's getting a little too dark, so we're gonna. These bits. We'll let that cook until things evaporate and brown some of the potatoes a little bit. To be honest, this is why I like doing a stew in a pan over then the tomatoes also cook the juices out. Why is this spot? Interesting. Okay. It'll cook down. Secret weapon here. Mix that in, and yeah, actually, we kind of want the sugars of this to kind of caramelize. Because why not? Getting the sugars to caramelize is a beautiful thing. Also, all the chunks and the hunks, especially like if the can is kind of old and more congealed, kind of pre-mixing kind of helps break it up a bit. If you ever have reconstituted creamy tomato soup before, you know. All right. Again, all this is going to cook down quite a bit. Last but not least, all of the meat. All right. Uh, make sure that things are just barely covered. All right. So essentially, we're going to let this simmer for about 2 hours at a minimum, and then I'll do a short for review for the plating. All right. Thanks for watching.